So Trainify is again a platform for the partner, or for the partner to find the right trainer who are already certified in our certification. Rapid AI evolution, I think this is something very self-explanatory. I used to do a lot of ChatGPT back in 2022. Now I'm back at Copilot. Now I'm back at Claude. I'm also seeing Claude giving a lot more better accuracy in terms of what I expect. Claude I mean, with Claude, there is one more sonnet where you have now an option to have more detailed understanding. So I mean, from a tool perspective, what I wanted to say is that every day there is a new tool with new features that can come in, and that has been coming in. That's why we say that AI has been one of the most transformational technology in date or till date, where it is caggering more than 40%. When I was back in college, I knew cloud and cybersecurity were peaking, and at that moment they were also caggering at 17% when they were at their peak. IoT came in, then it did not really run well, and then now AI is there. Now there's again a lot of hallucination and a lot of misconception of AI. People still feel that agentic AI would be able to take the next leap or not. There are a lot of other questions for enterprise, because when a lot of partner comes up and says that, Rahul, the real problem is this, can your product solve this problem, we keep on developing our product. So the best part and the right investment that I wanted to talk about is the content maintenance that we do. We have a team of about 1,200 people, out of which almost 250 to 200 people are specifically only deployed in content. What is going in the market, how do we deploy it in our certifications, how the learner is completely ahead of the AI journey, and they feel more confident about our certification. That's the end objective of what we wanted to, or what I wanted to translate. So every investment challenge gets multiplied, but of course there is a constraint in terms of the region's complexity. So can you go on to the next slide, Afrin? I think these are the 6 levers that we already use it in our company to understand how do we evaluate the success of our organization. One is, not having outdated content, not having vendor alignment, not so we know what we don't want to do. Inconsistency in the quality of certifications. Of course, we have made mistake. I would not say we are very perfect. Initially, when we launched almost 4-5 years back, we had a lot of problems with our content here and there. We understood with our alpha learners, we sat with our beta learners, we developed, we again went back, we created things that were not in place, and then now that's where we have partners like EY, Accenture, PwC coming in and partnering with us for their own use case, not for something that we're going to train others, for their internal use case of more than 50,000 employees. So that's about what I wanted to talk about in terms of the 6 revenue levers that exist right now. Afrin, if you can go to the next, that those are also very interesting for people to know. Long delivery timelines, no proof of scale, and inconsistency in the quality. So when I say no proof of scale, and when I say long-term delivery timelines, we have understood that it is very important for training to be very precise and contextual rather than being very generic, and it has to be time bound so that people understand the importance of using that particular technology or tool in a certain way where they have to implement it fast. And that's where it's traditionally said that trainer's presence is also very important in the entire journey of adoption. Because if the trainer is really great and doing a great job in terms of a lot of anecdotal example, a lot of examples that they can relate to, it becomes very easy for a person to really replicate the same thing when they actually talk to machine. When we talk about very specifically the proof of scale, we have seen pilots getting failed a lot of time, and our partners have also come down and said that, Rahul, we did a pilot, it got failed, it did not really translate to the value that the people were looking at. That's because we don't scope the complete thing correctly. Maybe you have taken a wrong cohort of people to target. Maybe you have taken a very isolated cohort of people to target, and that number of people are not the influencers in the organization who can actually share the best practices across the value chain. Maybe you have not trained in the right way for those people to really get a hands-on understanding, and maybe why that is the reason why generic workshops fails as well, right? They never provide what is real.